So we have this question here which says show that BC is equals to x times sine beta times sine theta plus alpha over sine alpha plus beta times sine theta. Now, as you can see, this question looks exactly the same as the one we did just now. The only difference is that while there was numbers in there, we have unknowns entirely, right? You have no values in the entire question, but you treat it exactly the same way. Like in the previous one, we said AC was our bridge. If you're going to get AC, we understand that this here would be alpha. It is alpha because that is alternate angle. So the first thing I'm going to be writing down is A1 is equals to C2, which is equals to alpha. And the reason is alternate angles. Now that we know alpha, we'll try to find what our C1 is. To calculate C1, we'll use sum of angles in a triangle. So in triangle ADC, we understand that that's your interior angles of a triangle. So therefore it means that C1 is equals to, so C1 is equals to 180 minus alpha plus beta. So now we have the value for C1. Now with that, we can do sine rule. We can do sine rule because we have a full pair, which is C1 and X, and we have an unknown pair, which is beta, and since we're trying to get AC, that's the two we will be focusing on. Working with sine rule, this is what we're going to get. So we have this as sine 180 minus alpha plus beta over x is equals to sine alpha over AC, using the concept of sine rule. Now there's something we notice. We have this here as 180 minus alpha plus beta. Now this kind of reminds me of 180 minus theta. And using reduction formula, whenever you have sine 180 minus theta, is the same thing as writing sine theta. So therefore, I could rewrite this as, due to the concept of reduction, and that's what I'm going to have left. Then to get AC, I cross multiply. And that would be the answer for AC. The next thing we're going to do here is to determine BC. Now we can also find the value for A2 because we'll need it. Interior angles of a triangle, right? The sum of interior angles of a triangle makes up 180. So that's why your value for A2 is that. So we can do sine rule again because we have one side angle pair and we have an unknown in the second side angle pair. So with that, we can find this. This will be written as so then we'll reduce sine 180 minus theta plus alpha. Since in the second quadrant, we bring it back to the first. So you're going to have, then we'll cross multiply. So in the final step over here, so we just replace our value for AC. And therefore your BC will be x times sine beta times sine theta plus alpha over sine theta times sine alpha plus beta. And that is exactly what they asked us to prove, as you can see over there.